Hey friends, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to the Sewing Solo for the month of July. So originally when I started filming the multiplayer like BG stats video for July, I was gonna put everything in one video, but I just kept on talking and that video is very long, so I wanted to cut that one short and then make a full video for the solo games that I played in the month of July, because I played a total of 7 games solo in the month of July, or actually, no, 6. I played 6, because the one here is actually the like solo focus for the month of August and September. So we're going to get into this. If you guys want to see all the games that I played in the month of July solo, then just keep on watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy. Also hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden, and comment down below any games that you played solo in the month of July. I know it is already like more than halfway through August, so I apologize, but we're getting caught up. We're talking about the games that I played in July, because July was a fantastic month of gaming. So we're gonna do that. Let me know the games that you enjoyed solo in the month of July, if you remember or know. And yeah, let's get into this video, shall we? All right, so for the month of July, the solo focus was a game that unfortunately I wasn't able to get to the table as much as I wanted to. July ended up just being crazy. August has been crazy, but hopefully things will slow down in the month of September. But the game that I played for, or we played for the solo focus for the Board Game Garden was Parks. I did end up playing Parks, I think, 3 times solo, which usually with the solo focus I try to play games as much as I can, but I ended up playing this 3 times in the month of July. I played this, I don't think I ended up playing with Ranger Ron. Ranger Ron is a like solo automa that like a fan made that you can like print and cut out the cards for and stuff like that. There is an automa in Parks that you can play with, but someone made another one that plays a little bit differently and feels a little bit more like you're playing against an opponent. But yes, Parks I played 3 times, or I played 3 times in July. I played, I think, all 3 times with the Nightfall expansion. I have yet to actually play with the Wildlife expansion. I don't have the Wildlife expansion, but I would love to get it eventually, and I do still want to play with Ranger Ron. I even, like, I printed it out and everything, and it's ready to go. I just need to play it with Ranger Ron. So we're gonna do that eventually, but I just love Parks so much. I actually just recently played Henry Audubon's newer game called Cosmoctopus solo. I will be talking about that at the end of August, or possibly like mid-September, we will see. But I really enjoyed that one as well, and just Henry makes some good games, and just some games that make me happy, and they're just so easy to get to the table, and I really enjoy the gameplay of Parks. So I played that a few different times. And then as for the solo focus for the month of both August and September is a very special game to me. This is my favorite game of all time, so I figured it deserved 2 months of playing, because I really want to play this a ton in both August and September. Honestly, right now it is currently August 16th, and I have not played this yet at all in August, so that's kind of why I decided I'm gonna make this the solo focus for both August and September, because myself, I'm not gonna have a lot of time to play it solo in August, so I'm just going to extend into September as well. So I'm gonna be trying to play this lots. I think I wanna go through the solo campaign of Hadrian's Wall, maybe possibly doing it all on stream, so we will see if that happens. I would love to stream it on YouTube and like do a little series of me streaming through or playing through the solo campaign of Hadrian's Wall. So we will see if that happens, but yes, solo focus for August and September is going to be Hadrian's Wall. You guys know how much I love this flippin' right, so that's that. Excited to play it. Once my schedule gets a little bit less crazy, I am traveling next week again, and then I won't be back until August 27th, so it'll be the end of August before I even am most likely going to be able to play Hadrian's Wall. So yes, that is that. But the other 6 games were games that I played solo in the month of August. Nope, not August, July. So let's get into those. All right, so the first game that I want to chat about is a game that was sent over to me by Ivy Games. This is Mythic Mischief. So this is I believe it's 1 to 4 players, but a lot of people like to play this 1v1, so 2 players. Basically, this is a little bit of a abstract game. I would say it's not super abstract because you do have your own faction, and your faction is going to allow you to do different things. But overall, it does feel pretty abstract where you're moving pieces, and your main goal for it is to get your opponent's characters in the way of the Tome Keeper. Basically, the theme of the game is that it is a magical school, and there's a bunch of different factions that are like the different groups at the school. So there's a bunch of different like stereotypes of like different things, but you have your different asymmetric factions, and you are in the library, and you are trying to sneak around and not get in the way of the Tome Keeper, and your goal is to get your opponent in the way of the Tome Keeper, and you are trying to move your pieces and make it so that the Tome Keeper's path your opponent's characters are going to be in, so that the Tome Keeper hits your opponent's characters and you get points for that. And the first person, I believe, to 10 points is the winner. So yes, I really enjoyed this one. I played it solo on Twitch, so you guys can go check that out if you want. I believe the solo playthrough is now up on the Board Game Garden TV, so I will have that link down below, or I'll put it up here. But I really enjoyed this one. This is one that I need to play more because I will be playing Volume 2 over on the Ivy Games YouTube channel, which is very exciting. But yes, really enjoy this one. All the different like asymmetric factions have different like abilities they can use, and I'm excited to dive deeper into like the different factions and get better at the game, because it's definitely one that you can practice more and more and get better at. So that is Mythic Mischief. And the next up is a game that I chatted about on the multiplayer video, but I also played this one solo. It's a game that I covered here on the channel, and this is Stone Spine Architects by Thunderworks Games. I made a full preview video of this. You guys want to go check that out? I will put it up here if I remember. But in the solo variant, I believe it's pretty similar to the multiplayer. I think just with the AI, I don't remember exactly how it plays solo because it was quite a long time ago when I played this, but I believe there is a card that you flip over that's going to show you a few different things, what the AI's icons are that they're going to go for, what things in the market they're going to go for, and like how much money they're going to have, things like that. So you're going to flip over one of those for each round, and you're playing over 4 rounds, and you are trying to create the best labyrinth, and you're trying to get the most points. And the solo, you are like, it's a closed drafting game, so you have a hand of cards. In a multiplayer game, you take one, you pass it. But with this one, you have a hand of cards, and I believe the ones that you keep, you obviously put into your tableau, but then the ones that you get rid of are the ones that the AI is going to have, and they're going to score points in different ways. I believe that's how it plays, but I really enjoyed this, both multiplayer as well as solo, so definitely recommend it. That is Stone Spine Architects. It was on Kickstarter, but I believe they should possibly have late pledges open eventually, but yes, that one really enjoyed. Another one that I did some sponsored content on, I did a sponsored both preview for this as well as a live stream for this. This is Beacon Patrol. This is by Pandasaurus Games, which did sponsor those 2 videos, or the live stream and the video. But this one I really, really enjoyed. It is a cooperative tile laying game that you can play solo. And basically you are trying to get the most points you possibly can by moving your ship around and adding different things to this ever-growing like ocean that you're creating out of tiles. And there's like different islands, and you're trying to have explored tiles, which means a tile is completely surrounded by other tiles, and you're going to be gaining victory points for different tiles being surrounded. And yes, I did do, like I said, a live stream of this that should be up on the Board Game Garden TV now, so I will put it up here if I remember. But I really enjoyed this one. It is fantastic, and it was their Gen Con, or one of their many Gen Con releases for Pandasaurus. So that is that. It is the coziest, most relaxing, just chill game that I really enjoyed. Haven't played it multiplayer yet, I don't think, but I'm excited to play that multiplayer when I get to it. Next up, ooh, this one I really enjoyed. This is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Everyone told me I was going to enjoy this, so I knew I was going to enjoy it. But pretty much it is a flip and place, I guess. It kind of gives similar vibes to like a flip and write, but you're flipping over a card and that card is going to be showing you where you can place your cubes. There's different like terrain types that you can place cubes on, and you're trying to create different connections in order to get to certain tiles. And I really love the look of this game. A lot of people don't like the look of it, but I really enjoyed the look of this one. And I just love the whole flipping the card and then adding the cubes. Eventually you get to certain places where they're like towns, and those, once you get to those, if I remember correctly, you do get to keep those as starting points, but at the end of a round you do wipe all of the cubes aside from those few like city/villages, and you can kind of build off of that for your next round. So you're trying to get to those cities so that you can keep those for the next round, and everything else gets wiped. So if you try to make your way to like a certain point but you can't quite get to that village, all of that progress that you made exploring down to there is going to get wiped for the next round. So it's really important to build out and explore and then try to get to these certain villages so that your progress is kind of saved and you can build off of that point once everything else gets wiped. I really love that. You also get like some really powerful abilities as you go throughout the game, so it's very fun, and I'm excited to explore this one more. So that is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. And lastly, for games that I played solo in the month of July, this is one that again was sent over. This was sent by the City of Games. This is Race to the Raft. This is the next in the world of the Isle of Cats, the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw, and then now Race to the Raft. This is a very different game than the Isle of Cats. It feels completely different, but it's still in that same world and gives the same like vibes as the Isle of Cats. Basically, this one is a cooperative game, but you can play it solo, where you're trying to get all of the cats off the island to the raft before the island like burns, because as you're placing down cards in order to create paths for these different cats, the island is slowly building up with fire, because if you place a card, you have to place a polyomino tile that is a fire tile, and obviously that's going to continue to grow as you build out these different paths for these cats. And you're trying to get each cat to go through a path of their certain color in order to get to the raft before they get blocked by the fire. So it's very fun. The solo, because it's a cooperative game, the solo is super easy. Basically, you're just making all of the decisions. Instead of it being cooperative with a bunch of people, it's just you making the decisions of placing a card, moving a cat. Whenever you move a cat, you have to discard a card, and you only have a certain amount of cards per round. So I really enjoyed this one. The one thing though was that I found it a little bit easy. I found I did like a few of the easier kind of tutorial scenarios, because this is a scenario driven game where there's a bunch of scenarios in the campaign book. You kind of pick a scenario and then you set it up in a particular manner, and then you do that scenario. You can check off once you like complete that scenario. But I did a few of like the tutorial ones and they were super easy. So I was trying to do a few of the like more difficult ones, and they're still pretty easy, but there is like a whole advanced scenario side of the book, and I haven't even gotten to that yet. So maybe once I get there, those will get a little bit more challenging. So I'm excited to have that and experience that. But overall, I really enjoyed the gameplay of Race to the Raft. So that is that. All right, friends, so that's going to be everything for today's Sewing Solo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on all the games that I played solo in the month of July. Let me know, like I said, down in the comments, what games you played solo in the month of July. What games would you guys like to see me play solo? I'd love to know. My dogs have joined me down here. I believe both of them are coming down. There they are. But yeah, that is everything. I love you guys so much. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Hit Hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. And yeah, remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you guys in the next board game video. Bye, friends.